First, you. Right now, if you weigh 150 pounds, under 10x gravity, you'd weigh 1,500 pounds. Your bones and muscles aren't built for that. Most people wouldn't even be able to stand up. Just walking across the room would be impossible. Hospitals would be filled instantly with broken legs, crushed spines, and people who collapsed under their own body weight. Imagine waking up tomorrow and realizing you can't get out of bed, not because you're lazy, but because your body suddenly weighs 10 times more than it did yesterday. Coffee won't help. Even rolling over might feel like lifting a car. Welcome to a world where gravity just got 10 times stronger overnight. Gravity is what keeps us on the ground. It makes things fall, gives us weight, and holds our atmosphere in place. But what if Earth's gravity suddenly cranked up from normal to super heavy mode? What would happen to us, our cities, and even the planet itself? Let's break it down. Now look around. Cars weigh about 4,000 pounds. Multiply that by 10, and suddenly they weigh 40,000 pounds. Roads would crack under the pressure. Bridges would collapse. Jumping? Forget it. Even lifting a phone would feel like lifting a bowling ball. And your heart, the pump that keeps you alive, would struggle to move blood upward against 10 times the pull. Most people would black out within minutes because blood couldn't reach the brain. Airplanes, they'd never leave the ground. The engines could roar all they want, but the wings simply couldn't generate enough lift. Goodbye air travel. Skyscrapers? Most of them would crumble under their own weight. The world's tallest buildings would be reduced to piles of steel and concrete. Even trees would struggle. Tall ones might snap in half under their own weight. Forests could collapse into weird, stubby shrublands. And then there's the atmosphere. With stronger gravity, Earth's air would be pulled closer to the surface. The sky would be denser and thicker, making it harder to breathe. Climbing a staircase would feel like climbing Everest, while carrying 10 of your friends on your back. Animals would be in big trouble too. An ant might still scurry around just fine, because tiny creatures can handle higher gravity better. But bigger animals like horses, elephants, and whales, they'd be crushed. And the oceans? They'd sink lower into the crust, spreading out and flooding coastlines everywhere. Waves would hit harder, and tides would be enormous because the moon's pull would now be battling against Earth's supergravity. But the real chaos starts on a planetary scale. 10 times stronger gravity means Earth is suddenly acting like a much denser planet. The crust would groan under pressure. Mountains would sink. Earthquakes would be nonstop. Volcanoes might erupt more often as the planet's insides get squeezed. Here's the kicker. Life as we know it would collapse almost instantly. Most humans wouldn't survive the first day. Civilization, as we've built it, relies on so, what if gravity got 10 times stronger overnight? The short answer. Civilization collapses, nature reshapes, and humanity would be crushed, literally. The longer answer. It reminds us just how perfectly tuned our planet is for life. Too much gravity, and we're pancakes. Too little, and our atmosphere floats away. Earth's Goldilocks gravity isn't just comfortable. It's the reason you can get out of bed in the morning without needing a forklift. So, if you enjoyed this deep dive into a super heavy Earth, hit that like button, share this with a friend who thinks leg day is tough, and subscribe for more wild, what-if science adventures. And hey, drop a comment. Would you try to survive in a 10x gravity world, or would you just accept your new pancake life? Here's the kicker. Life as we know it would collapse almost instantly. Most humans wouldn't survive the first day. Civilization, as we've built it, relies on normal Earth gravity. Double it, maybe we could adapt. But 10 times? That's game over for skyscrapers, airplanes, and probably for us too. If you somehow wanted to live in this nightmare world, you'd need an exoskeleton suit just to move. Underground bunkers built like tanks, and genetically engineered bodies designed to handle extreme pressure. In other words, you'd be closer to a bug than a human.